It's getting hot here in Berlin, and which time is better to play one of the all-time jazz standards, Summertime. Summertime was written by George Gershwin in the year 1934, and it became famous as part of the opera Porgy and Bess. It has a beautiful melody and was interpreted by many famous jazz artists over the years. In this video I'm gonna show you 3 levels of soloing over Summertime. Level 1 is perfect for beginning improvisers, and all you will need for that is one scale. Level 2 is for improvisers who really want to outline every chord of the song. And level 3, well, I will tell you later. By the way, you can find a free PDF for this video up here. I'll focus on the B-flat chart in this video, but you can also find a PDF for C and E-flat instruments. Before I show you level 1, let's quickly do a chord analysis. I'm not going to go into too much detail here. I don't want to burden you with too much theoretical information, but I just want to give you a broad idea of what is going on in the song harmonically. Usually you will find a chord chart looking like this. We want to simplify it a little bit to make it easier to manage for anyone who's new to this. So we take out a few chords that are not essential to the song. Now the first important question is the key the song is in. Usually you can find this out by looking at the last chord of the song. Here it is B minor 7, and the song therefore is in the key of B minor. In B minor we have B minor 7 on the 1st degree, then E minor 7 on the 4th degree. Going from the 1 to the 4 is an extremely common chord movement that we also know from the blues. After that comes C sharp 7, which is the dominant of the 5th, F sharp 7. Then we go back to B minor 7. Just before the last line we have A7. A7 is a dominant chord, and if you look closely it leads to D major 7, which is the relative major to B minor 7 and on the 3rd scale degree of B minor. Going from minor to the relative major, or the other way around, is also a very common chord movement that you will find in a lot of tunes. After D major 7 we have the most important chord progression in jazz, a minor 2-5-1 progression in B minor 7. If all this talk about chords is confusing and overwhelming for you, level 1 is the perfect start for you. Because even though Summertime has different chords, you can play just one scale over all of them. We already said that Summertime is written in the key of B minor, and we can use the B minor pentatonic scale to improvise over the whole song. Since playing solely the pentatonic scale, chorus after chorus can get a little bit boring, we add a little bit of spice by also including the sharp 11 in the scale. And this transforms the pentatonic to the blues scale. With this scale, you have lots of possibilities to play a really beautiful solo. I would recommend that you don't start by improvising right away with all 6 notes. Just pick one note of the scale, improvise with this one note a while, then add a second note and so on. The great thing with the blues scale is that you don't have to practice for hours before you're able to improvise. But if you're willing to put in a little bit more practice time, it's great to take a closer look at the chords. Again, I don't want to flood you with too much theoretical information at once, so here are the notes for the chords. It's very important to take some time to practice these chords separately and be really accurate about it. The first step is to learn the 4 notes of each chord by heart. The second step is to play the chords from the bottom of your instrument up to the top and back. After that, you want to play different permutations of the chord tones. So, for example, you play 1, 5, 3, 7 of each chord, or 1, 7, 5, 3, etc. This really helps to get the sound of the chords in your ear and to get the chords under your fingers. In level 3, we take it even a step further. We add a few more notes to the chord tones to give ourselves more options. You can approach the chord tones from the bottom or from the top by using so-called approach notes. One option is to approach each chord note from the bottom by a half step. When you have B minor 7, you can approach B from below with A sharp, D with C sharp, F sharp with E sharp or F, and A with G sharp. This adds a lot of flavor to the lines you're playing. I would recommend first to again practice each chord separately, approaching each of the chord tones from below by a half step. Another option is to approach the chord tone from the top. For that you use the second note of the scale that would fit the chord. For B minor 7 you approach B with C sharp, D with E, F sharp with G sharp and A with B. This I would again recommend to practice with each chord separately. You can then even combine the approach from below with the approach from the top or vice versa. With this you have a lot to practice but also a lot to gain for your soloing. Thanks for watching guys, I hope you liked this video. If so, please consider to like the video and also subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos like this. Have a nice summer and see you next time.